Hello, students. If you see the syllabus, what we have mentioned on dimension analysis, we have actually covered up everything in the past few videos, all including introduction, derived quantities, dimension of physical quantities, dimensional homogeneity, and Rayleigh method, Buckingham pi theorem. We have also seen similitude, types of similitude, and dimensionless numbers also. Uh, when we introduce to dimensionless number, there are something called model laws, which was actually included in your previous schemes of syllabus. And without discussing model laws, I personally feel that the concept of dimensionless numbers will be incomplete. So I will actually cover this part, which is not mentioned in your syllabus also. By chance, if a question out of the range comes, then you will be able to deal with those questions. Fine. So now, what are these model laws, or you can also call it as similarities laws? You will find the context in all your on the textbook, one child textbook which has been shared with you. So no need of an extra material. You can actually go through this video and go through the textbook for your references. Now, if you see, when I consider a dynamic similarity, which is one of the type of similarity which we have mentioned in types, between the model and the prototype, the ratio of the corresponding different types of forces which is acting on the fluid in the prototype should be equivalent to the model, right? That's what the similarity with respect to dynamics deals. The ratio of forces are actually the dimensionless numbers, right? When we define dimensionless numbers, we have seen there's so many forces which you are going to get, so many dimensionless numbers which you are going to get by dividing the two forces. And generally, it will be initial force in the top and the bottom. Either it can be viscous force, gravity force, it can be a surface tension force, etc. etc. So, when we come to the dynamic similarity between the model and prototype, the dimensionless number should be actually same, right? We were actually telling, initially we explained, or we have put in a context of the ratio between the forces. But when I say it's the ratio between the force, it is nothing but the ratio, or it is nothing but the dimensionless numbers between the model and prototype, which should be same, right? So when I tell it's the inertial force divided by gravity, inertial force by gravity of the model and the prototype should be equal. That's what I'm meaning here. That means it is quite obvious that the Reynolds number, Froude number, Weibull number, Euler number, and the Mach number of the model and prototype should be same enough to have a dynamic similarity. Hence, the models are designed on the basis of ratio of forces, which is dominating in the phenomena. See, the scene is may not be in each and every flow case. For example, if the fluid is flowing through pipe, there are some forces which are actually dominating, not all the forces which are acting on the flowing fluid. Similarly, when the fluid is flowing through in open channels, or maybe in an open stream in a river condition, it may not experience all the forces which are actually dominating in that particular scenario. So, based on the domination of the forces, which force is acting high, which is actually more predominant, based on that concept, okay, we will use different models. That is why we call this as model laws or similarity laws. Okay, so based on the different domination of the forces, which is actually max, based on that, we can actually go through the different what you can say laws, model laws. There are 5 laws. One is Reynolds law, the Froude law, the Euler law, Weibull model law, Mach model. We will see today Reynolds model law. Reynolds model law is the law in which the models are based on the Reynolds number. That's it. The definition tells this particular similarity law is dependent on the Reynolds number. Now, Reynolds number is very predominant when the fluid is flowing through pipe. when there is a resistance experienced by the submarines, airplanes, or fully immersed bodies, etc. So in these conditions, we can actually use this Reynolds model law. What is the Reynolds number? Reynolds number is the ratio of the inertial force to the viscous force. And if you remember, the formula was for a Reynolds number was density velocity into length of flow divided by mu, or the length of the pipe, divided by the dynamic viscosity. Rho VL by mu was the formula. Now if I define the velocity, density, length and viscosity V, rho, L and mu, subscription M for the model. Similarly, subscription P for the prototype. The similarity law of Reynolds, or the Reynolds model law, tells that what does it tell? It tells that the Reynolds number of the model should be equivalent to the Reynolds number of the prototype. That is, rho m VL Vm Lm divided by mu m should be equal to rho p Vp Lp divided by Vp. Now here I can rearrange terms from the left hand side and right hand side. I can get actually the density ratio of prototype to model, velocity ratios of prototype and model, length ratio of prototype model, and also the dynamic viscosity ratios, right? So I can rename the ratio between density as rho r. Okay, rho p by rho m is rho r, Vp by Vm is Vr, Lp by Lm is Lr, and mu p by mu m as mu r, and these are scalar ratio. The name for rho r is scalar ratio for density, Vr will be scalar ratio for velocity, Lr will be the scalar ratio of linear dimension, and mu r will be the scalar ratio of viscosity. So by naming that, I can actually rewrite this particular law as rho r Vr Lr divided by mu r equal to 1. Okay, this will be the final conclusion. Now I can extrapolate this scalar ratio for time, acceleration, force and discharge also. See, if I want to calculate time, I will go back to velocity. Velocity is length by t, right? Your L by t, or displacement by time, is your velocity, right? So time will be displacement divided by velocity. So Tr will be Lr by Vr. Acceleration is velocity, change in velocity with respect to time. So Vr by Tr will be your Ar. Similarly, force is mass into acceleration, so it is Mr into Ar. I can extra write this Mr as rho Av, right? Mass can be written in terms of density as rho Av, so rho r Ar Vr into Ar. Sorry, Ar is the capital A, which tells about the area ratio, scalar ratio of area. So I can write like that. Similarly, discharge is rho Av, so I can write it as rho r Var and Vr. I can do that. Okay. I can also write Ar in terms of Lr, so Lr square I can write it, and I can also fix it up. So let us see one of the problem on the Reynolds model law, or the Reynolds similarity. We have a pipe of diameter 1.5 meter. This is required to transport an oil of the specific gravity of 0.9 and a viscosity of 3 into 10 to the power of -2 poise at a rate of 3000 liters per second. Tests were conducted on a 15 centimeter diameter pipe using a water at 20 degrees centigrade. Find the velocity and rate of flow in the model. Viscosity of water at 20 degrees centigrade is 0.015. See, we wanted pipe of the diameter 1.5. This is actually the prototype. But a model is prepared which is equivalent to a 15 centimeter. So we are not preparing 1.5 meter diameter big pipe. We are actually creating a small pipe, and we are testing it with a different liquid which has a specific gravity. The liquid actually will flow is having a specific gravity of 0.9, and we are not wasting that liquid. We are using water for the model purpose. So the given data we know the diameter of the prototype, we know the viscosity of the fluid which is going to flow in the prototype, we know its rate of flow Q also, which is 3000 liters, so 3 meter cube per second. We have the specific gravity of the oil which is 0.9, so density of the oil will be specific gravity into 1900 kg per meter cube. The model diameter is given to you, and viscosity is also given to you. then we know the density of the water, which is 1000. So see, if you want to convert viscosity in poise to the SI unit, you can do it, or you can leave it, because when the viscosity ratio comes, the unit will not be the matter. But the important thing is we have to be very sure that the unit which is used for the model, same thing should be used for the prototype. The unit dissimilarity should not be there between the prototype and the model. Now, what does your equation tell, or what is your model tells? The Reynolds model, Reynolds number of the model will be equivalent to the Reynolds number of the prototype. Yes. So your rho Vd by mu of the model will be equivalent to rho Vd of divided by mu of the prototype. So I can get the velocity ratio should be same. See Vm divided by Vp. If I want to work out, I will get the density ratio, diameter ratio, and the viscosity ratios. So I'm going to get, I can substitute over here. Once I substitute the different values, I will get the velocity ratios, and the velocity ratio Vm by Vp will be 3.0. So that is the velocity ratio. So if I want to find out the rate of flow of the prototype, see, rate of flow of the prototype is 3 liters per second. That will be equal to actually V of P, velocity of the prototype, into area. Q is equal to A into V. Using that formula for the prototype, I can find what is the velocity of the flow in the prototype. Okay, you have to be very careful. You have to use the area of the prototype, and the prototype diameter is 1.5. So use the same value over here. Don't interchange with the model value. Now, after you find Vp, I can actually find Vm, because Vm divided by Vp is 3.0. So Vm is 3 times of Vp. So I can find Vm. Once I know Vm, I can find Qm, which is Am into Vm. Okay. So when I want to find the rate of flow through the model, you have to use the area of the model and the velocity of the model. That's it. There should be no confusion in that. So once you apply it in a proper unit, you are going to get the final answer 89.9 liters. See, in the model I am getting 89.9 liters, and in the actual prototype it is 3000 liters per second. Okay. So with this video we can stop this video.